Ever wonder what it takes to fall in love and stay in love? I'm gonna sit down with these couples and unlock the key to their success. I'm Ashley I, and this is the story of us. Describe your biggest fight.
Anthony had a little bit of a lying streak when we first started dating.
And I don't even remember the fight.
I do.
I'd say the biggest fights we always have is about distance.
With the barbecue?
Oh yeah, that's probably the worst one.
I would never break up with him because I just can't imagine my life without him. But that day I was questioning our relationship because he had been gone.
Were you really?
Yeah, I told you that.
What did he do?
He'd been gone for like 5 days at a bachelor party in Mexico, and then that weekend, he's like, oh, some of the guys are having a reunion. Usually I don't get mad if he wants to do something with his friends. I'm like, okay, that's great. I was a little sad because I hadn't seen him, but the thing that he does that bothers me
I don't give a lot of specifics.
is men don't want to upset us, so sometimes they'll like dance around details, and because they think they're saving themselves, but it actually makes things so much worse. So the whole week he wasn't being really specific. I was like, oh, well, who's going to the barbecue? Or like, where is it? What time is that? And he couldn't give me any answers. I was like, okay, well, just let me know. And then the day of, it was like, oh, well, you can come if you want. Long story short, it ended up that like all the guys were there and everyone brought their wives and their girlfriends, and like I was watching everybody's snaps. I just felt like he didn't want me there. And I was sitting at home alone with my dog, and he was like at this huge barbecue at this beautiful home, and everyone's in the pool and everyone's cooking.
Nobody was swimming.
No, but people were having a great time. I just felt like really sad about it. Like it wasn't like I was just felt.
She felt left out.
I felt left out,
I see that, and I understood that.
I was just surprised. I was like, what? I haven't seen you in a week, so it made me feel like, does he not want me around, or does his friends not like me? So I just felt really unwanted and unwelcome. And so when he got home, I voiced that to him. I was like, do you really want to be in a relationship? And maybe I was a little dramatic.
No, I would have felt the exact same way.
Yeah.
There's been times where I've been wanting to call it quits and she just doesn't let go.
Have you guys ever gotten in a fight because somebody lied? In what cases do you think it's okay to tell little white lies, or are you guys just completely honest with each other?
Yeah, there's a couple lies sometimes.
Oh, tell them all. Reveal them right now.
There's one time where I had a friend on social media and she didn't like her.
Because she was really pretty and she was threatened by her?
I didn't think she had to feel that way, but I did the mistake of changing the name so she wouldn't see I was on Snapchat. And she cause I didn't think much of it, I'm just like, maybe she's, cause she has my passwords to everything, so I guess one day she logged on and all hell broke loose that day.
Tell me your side of the story.
Yeah, I would just get on a Snapchat just to see, get pictures off of it. Because when we go out, we like to take pictures and then save them onto Snapchat first. And I went on there to do that, and then I'm like, I'm gonna go look through the story. And then, yeah, I saw that and I was pissed.
I don't like that. Why did you have to change the name?
She doesn't like me having certain friends. I like watching everybody's story. It was a female, so she was, of course, even more mad, and I'm like, cause she travels and stuff, and I love to view the world, so I love watching what everybody does, but she didn't agree with that, so that went there.
So what's the status of you looking at that girl's synapse now?
I think MEGHAN is just dumb.
Do you not look at them anymore?
No, she's blocked off.
Okay. Did you make a blocker?
No, she did it for
I
me.
blocked her. But this is a long time ago, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say, this seems like some kind of fight that you'd have early on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I went out of town. When we came back, his car had broken down. He had told me it broke down early in the morning and that a friend went to help him to work. So I'm talking to his friend, I was like, thank you so much for helping Anthony that morning. And he was like, what? And he was like, oh, well, you helped Anthony with his car. He's like, oh, yeah, on Saturday night. Yeah, we absolutely helped him with his car. And I was like, Saturday night? And Anthony had been innocuously just hanging out with a group of guys and girls, but thought I would get mad about it, so lied and changed the date. And I remember getting in a fight about it, and he got into a car to drive away, and I sat on the car being like, no, we're figuring this out. So I got into this huge fight, and I just remember like being on top of the car being like, you have to get out, you have to get out! And we had, like, we resolved it eventually. I mean, we're still together, surprise.
We resolved.
I also will admit that our first year together, my cop out was to be like, okay, we're breaking up. So we would go through these like false breakups, and I would do it so he would be like, no, but you're so great. I don't want to break up with you. And I'd be like, okay. Just so I could get these compliments, and I outgrew that.
That's good.
Yeah, you need to feed your ego a little bit. I have a friend like that too. And then like she threatens it, and then sometimes he goes, okay.
Yeah, they take the
Thank
bait.
you for giving me the easy way out.
It's a slippery slope.
But Anthony kept fighting.
I know.
Feeding
the ego.
It was at a beer festival that we had. What? That was our first real
that
fight.
was.
That's the first fight I can remember that I acted out, and I've never acted like that before. But so we were at a beer festival, and one of my friends had said something to him along the lines of like, "Oh, you do too much for her," and like that's coming from my friend. Okay, thank you. That's the reaction I wanted to see. So that's like coming from my friend. So I kind of like was a little taken back, and so we went out to a bar after, and he told me about it. He's like, yeah, your friend said I do too much for you. Like, he was almost proud of it, too.
No, what do you mean proud of it? I was just letting you know what your friend said to me, that's it.
Yeah, so, yeah, that happened, and I was just like, I got obviously angry at her. And the fact that he was kind of like, whatever, like, let it go, and just didn't really care about it. And it really hurt my feelings. He was kind of ignoring me, and I'm over here, like, trying to, like, you know.
Yeah, pry.
Yeah. And so, like, we get back to the house, and he just goes to bed. And I was like, you're not going to fucking sleep right now.
And then how'd you resolve it?
He apologized.
We apologized, and then we had
He's really good
we
at
talked
that.
to her friend about it, and we just like, we basically
Resolved it,
we
yeah.
communicated with each other and we resolved it. I don't like to fight unless it's something like a big deal, let's fight about it. But like, I don't want to fight over little things. I'd rather love each other and have fun. It's more fun to love each other and have fun instead of fighting with each other.
Absolutely.
Like, I've been in relationships where not every week, like, okay, Thursday's coming up, we're fighting on Thursday. Like, I don't like that. I'd rather, Thursday's coming up, we're gonna go have some drinks and come home and have some sex. That's way more fun.
That is way more fun. They say they're in this together for the long haul, but do they really know each other that well? It is time to play a little game that we like to call relationship status. What does your partner think they are an expert on?
Not sure.
Well, aren't you guys the opposite? Love that.
This is why it works.
What would you guys say is the last thing you argued about? He was playing games while FaceTiming. We've really learned that this is something that really drives her insane. And you don't even know.
I don't know.
Describe your partner's greatest skill. You can reveal. The bedroom, kissing. Oh, somebody's on the same page. Who's the messiest?
Is it me?
I am not the messiest.
In what ways are you guys messy?
This morning, I noticed your dinner dishes from last
I'm
night.
sure I left some dishes.
So, point one for Jordan.
Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Never miss a chapter of the story of us. Like this video and subscribe to our channel for all things love.